Good morning all. Today is 23rd May 2023. I'm standing next to my Himalayan birch tree, white barked Himalayan birch tree. See, so many branches coming out. So today I will give you a tour of my first hosta garden. They need to be mulched, but whatever it is, the leaves are very beautiful. They didn't start any bloom and they are filled with only fresh leaves, so which is the best part of their days in the current season. So I thought I will show you. First I had mulch here when I planted, so you can see how I didn't do it. Some 2-3 people came, we hired, and they helped. So you see that, so there was fabric, and in the middle of the fabric, I mean, we planted them, and around them we covered black color fabric and then mulch. But it is like almost 10 years now. So I didn't plant on the first year. I planted maybe in 2014. In 2013 only I bought 2 packets of iris and 1 bag of daffodils, that yellow daffodils, and 1 packet of crocus. That's it in 2013. So in 2014 I bought few hosta roots from Home Depot, and around a rectangular circle here, which you can see those timber, I mean the wood seeds, maybe it is called timber, so around them. So this is my first row. This variety, maybe it is stained glass. So this variety, it had 2 roots. One I planted here, 1 root, and 1 in the pot. So this variety, this is the only plant. And it is 8 a.m. in the morning, so you can hear the birds chirping sound. Not 8, I think maybe 7:30. It's not 8 yet. So let me keep a palm. And then you can compare how much they have. Then this is another variety, and I wanted to make it look symmetrical on both sides. So the same plant is also this one. So now you can say they are 8-9 years old, and this is the only one of that variety. But that one and this one, they are same. So like that, there were 3 roots. So I planted 2 because there are 3 roots of that variety, and that was 3 roots of that variety, which is Patriot hosta. 1 I planted there, 1 I planted there. So those are the corner of my initial hosta garden. So after the Patriot, that I extended later. This side also, after the Patriot, I extended the border later. So the original hosta garden was here. And at that time I did not know that hostas are shade plants. They need shades. So the initial few years when I did not have these trees, in summer they used to get burnt with the sun, the leaves I mean. So, and then later I thought, let me plant something which will give them some shade, and now it worked. See that cherry tree. So I can take you. But initially I had cleaned that, thinking that I will put some stone and I can make like patio. I can put a chair and table, and I can enjoy my hostas garden here. At that time that rose was not planted in the center, so my plan was to make a small tea having tea area like that, I thought. But with time I did not give enough time to update the way I wanted, because there were some other things also on my priority. And then again wild grass came out, and they were so thick that it was not easy for me to clean them regularly. And after maybe 2 years I wanted that climbing rose. It is a very pretty climbing rose. They are filled with birds. I will show you their blooms in, I think, in a week or two. So I bought that and I planted and I enjoyed that, so I have no complaint. So that is a lesson. Even if you plan something and something else happens, be positive. It will make you happy. So this is the Patriot hosta. So in 9 years you see the growth. Let me put a palm. And then you compare how big it is. Right? If I will put my feet is so tiny, and in front of them you see such a huge head. I mean, like over the years they grew so fast, and now so many, but it is not easy to dig them and divide them and transplant them into different place. I think if I will hire someone to do that, it is better to buy a new packet of root and a plant. So it is okay to buy whatever you like from store, as compared to you hire someone to dig and divide and plant. It is also a lot of work for them, and also a lot of money from your pocket. So then like that border, please ignore if it is looking ugly there. I am just focusing on my hostas. They are beautiful leaves, because they may not stay like this after a couple of weeks. With more heat, the leaves may be not as beautiful as this one. So that is the original border of this side. So whatever you see, the variety, so they are so beautiful. It looks like fragrant king, the leaves, to me, but it's not fragrant king, it is some other name. To see this beauty, it took 9 years for me, 8 years. So you need a lot of patience to see the result of your hard work. And then this is, I believe it is Big Daddy. This side, it is Big Daddy. At that time, thinking that it will have big leaves, I just bought from Home Depot, and I planted one root here and one root exactly on the opposite side. I will take you. So originally I planted these two. I mean, there were two roots and I planted. So this variety, I remember I did not plant in the pot. And to make it look symmetrical, one big daddy hosta is here and one is the other side. And whatever I showed you, that plant is the same as there. So because of this grass, it is blocking. And so now you can ask why it is there. I'll tell you why it is there. So after I planted that row around the rectangle, then once I saw Minuteman. The name was Minuteman and it had 6 roots, again from Home Depot, and I planted in 3 places here. One here, one there, and one there. Because I had 6, I thought how I will make it symmetrical. So 3 holes here, exactly on the opposite side, 3 holes on that side, and I planted those 6 Minuteman hosta in 3 places. This is one, that is one, that is one. So the Minuteman hosta root from that spot died, from that spot died, but I made a hole. So later I had planted that weeping cherry because I had already hole at that time there to plant the Minuteman hosta. Everything else surrounding them, it was thick grass like that. So only in a small spot I made a hole and I planted the Minuteman in these 3. So only here it survived. But it is not Minuteman, it is something else, the variety. But though it is not Minuteman, I like it more than Minuteman and happy with it. So the tag said it is Minuteman, but it is no way Minuteman hosta. It is a different name. But I love it. I love the leaves, I love the variegation, and you see they are darker green on outside and center is very light green with white little bit of variegation in the margin of that light green. So while planting this, when there were multiple roots, one root I planted there. That's what I think. So in that way, that kind of variegated leaves also came here. I don't know the name, but if you see, it is blue on the side and how it is. So this is somehow I'm lucky that this blue matches with this big daddy blue leaf, right? And this is so technically it was Minuteman. It was supposed to be Minuteman, but this one and that one. But see how it is lovely. Then I came to this side from that side. So this is maybe American Hello or something. And This hosta is a variety that had two roots. I planted one here and one there to make it symmetrical. Somehow the other spot it died, and this only survived. So see how the leaves look. But I like it. It has beautiful variegation in the border, light green and dark green in the center, little bit bluish you can say. And so this is the only plant here. I have not divided and transplanted to different location. So this variety I had two roots, only one survived. And then this is the big daddy hosta that is on the other side, back side of that climbing rose. So you see here how beautiful they are. This blue leaf hosta without variegation, there are many other varieties also. So but I'm happy with it, and I don't collect the other. I prefer to collect with different variegation, not only simple blue and heart shape. So I'm happy with this. And they are so vigorous, these vines, but I keep cleaning, see, but still they grow rapidly. And then this is the way I said 3-minute men hosta I planted, one here, one there, and one there. But that is not Minuteman hosta. That is the Minuteman hosta root died there, and only here it survived. So the way I said on the other side, you see there, that one and this one, they are same variety. So it was written Minuteman, but you see the variegation. So it is a striptease or something like the name, that is the variety, this one. But I love it. It is a beautiful leaf hosta. And again the root from that died of Minuteman. So now when I am sharing you the story with you, then I realize that even this hosta is 1 year older than this big giant weeping cherry tree. Can you believe that? Because first I planted Minuteman there, it did not survive. So next year I planted the weeping cherry. I think 4 or 5 I planted, and then each of them had multiple branches, and I left 6 branches in each hole, this hole and on the other side, and I removed the rest of the branches, and this is the result. I had already shared you the story how I did. And then coming back to this third hosta, this is not Minuteman. After planting that, I think when the Minuteman root from here died, this is I forgot the name exactly right now, but this is a different type of hosta. I bought it from Home Depot. I loved the little bit yellowish variegation on the border of the leaf. That's why I had bought. I did not know the name. There was no name. It was written only hosta. So I love this hosta, but I have struggled a lot with this hosta because if you go back 3-4 years ago, this tree was not as big as this, so it was getting lot of sun, so the leaf was getting burnt and it was not healthy, it was not growing very well. Only last year I saw nice leaves, and this year. But you see, this is kind of yellow and green variegation, right? Yellow in the border and green in the center. Very pretty. I came to the back side of this tree. So this is another variety. Just compare. Huge leaves, right? The size of the leaf is huge. See the weeping cherry leaf? See the hosta leaf. Only the year I planted, I had given compost. After that, in 8 years, no fertilizer, nothing. They are on their own. So this is, you can see behind that Big Daddy hosta. Actually behind that Big Daddy hosta and the next plant, it died, I said. So that spot is empty. And then this one. So in my original rectangular hosta garden, at this corner is this variety, on the other corner is the Patriot hosta there. Patriot hosta. So this is this one. And I thought it had 2 roots, and I thought I had planted this one in the other end, but when I saw the leaves on the first year itself, I realized I have planted here. So they are next to each other when I planted, and that place was empty. That is pink peony, you see, ready to bloom. And this is the second plant of the same hosta. You can see with the little sun directly, so how they get burnt. And this, they just self-seeded from that hardy hibiscus. I thought that plant I have planted here at this corner, because this is the corner of this row, but somehow like I planted that plant there, and the hosta I had planted here died. So after a few years I planted a different hosta, which is this variety. I don't remember the name, but it is a very beautiful one. And I had also struggled a lot. It was somehow not able to do well in the first 3 years. I used to water a lot, clean a lot the grass, and I remember in this spot somehow I had struggled a lot, but somehow after 3-4 years it survived, and it comes back each year. So because I am here, I can show you little bit of this. And that is only one, started with only one root of strawberry, I think 4 years ago. Now they have taken over on this side, and you see the damask rose. So I made a tour of that, my first hosta garden in the front of the house, And also last year I planted one variety here. I forgot the name. I'm just checking if it is. Yes, see, I think this is the tag, but exactly the name is not there, what variety, but we can see, right, when they will have bigger leaves, multiple leaves.